In seconds. Watch this. The sheer force repels this woman across the pool. And check this out. Even use bullseye to blow up a huge jump bounce. Now that's a crazy out there. A big motion board could cost $200. But get the bullseye comeback for just $99.99. But wait, now we get a $20 discount. So it's only $79. Plus, we get the extension too with craft power nozzle to boost your range even further. Choose the best link for any situation. It's free. And it all comes with free shipping. Go wait, order now. Call 1-800-362-8571 or go to fulltimeblower.com. Call 1-800-362-8571. That's 1-800-362-8571 or order online at fulltimeblower.com. Order now.
Well, this is not going to look good at the Georgia Philmo. Nobody stops the ball. Nobody is outside. Your rim protector is staring off at a non-inch through the corner, and it just right down the lane goes Perry. Just no communication. Nobody stopping the ball. And why that's really important to get some of those cheap, easy buckets from this is Commerdine, your starting point without guard. Your calming influence on the bench with 4 fouls. I would bet they're trying to get to that under 8 media timeout.
All right, what's going on, guys? We are getting ready for our first 2025 Bowman draft break. These cards have been here since Monday night. I've been dying to rip some, so excited to get going tonight. We do have a couple of leftover spots that have not been paid for. So I'm going to make a couple of spots available in 1 minute. We didn't have anybody who was not purchased last night, so the only spots that are going to be available in the live are the unpaids. A couple of nice spots. I just got to refresh and see that everything is still available. Hopefully we got some SEC fans here because we have some SEC basketball in the background. Got Ole Miss and Georgia. All right, let's see. All right, so 3 spots available. Michael Olivito, Liam Doyle, and Kyson Witherspoon have all not been paid for. What's going on, Meb? You got your name changed. Wait, Olivito is the guy who is not purchased for tonight's auction. His super got pulled. Maybe that's why the guy didn't pay. Not the super, not the auto, just the super. All right, so Olivito went for 76. Open to hearing offers on that one. I mean, this is my first break, so I'm not sure what fair value is versus what was bid on these last night. Liam Doyle was one of the others that's left available. I know he's one of the big chases of the product. He went for 138 last night. So that was the value of the bid. Open to offers on him. Kyson Witherspoon, one of the Witherspoon brothers, the Red Sox Witherspoon, went for 75. I believe those are those three are available. If anybody wants to pick anybody extra up tonight. If not, let's get some boxes out here. We have plenty of boxes to choose from tonight. I have lots of fresh cases to rip from tonight. So we'll choose from one of the fresh cases. Actually, this is a box of 10, I believe, that they sent me. So not sure if it's technically, we could technically call it a case. But I'll put 8 of these boxes out here, and we'll choose from the 8 boxes on the table. So let's get started there. So we have our stack of hobby boxes here. Let me actually make this easier for us, so everything can be on screen. All right, so we have 8 hobby boxes here, which I guess we're calling them hobby boxes this year, not jumbo boxes. I feel like they changed it last year to hobby and jumbo, and then changed it back this year to super and hobby, if I am remembering correctly. So I'll let you guys in the chat choose our hobby boxes for today. So that's going to be box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. First 2 people to list a number in the chat can choose the 2 hobby boxes we're going to be ripping. And then we will do the jumbo box next. Jumbo box may... No, definitely not a case. That is definitely just 10. Let's see. Looks like a couple people are having trouble accessing the link, so let me just make sure they know we're live. All right, that should be everybody. All right, we have Bearded Breaks choosing number. He put 3 first, and Meb putting 1 first. So we'll go 1, and we'll go number 3 for our hobby boxes. Let's see, I'll put them down to the side, and we will put these back in the box for maybe break number 2 of the night. Let's see, are those the only 3 names available to purchase? Yes. Javi, those are the only 3 names available. All of the other spots were either paid for or paid for, because all of the spots were taken tonight. So no unsold spots. Might be the first time I ever remember having a break where there was not a single unsold. So people are definitely excited for this. I want to say long overdue, because it usually drops at the beginning of December, but overdue Bowman draft release. They got the boxes out earlier than usual. Normally, I've gotten boxes either release day or the day before release day, but these have been here since Monday. Wish I would have anticipated that and posted that break that we could have broken yesterday. And we cannot get these boxes or pack them tightly here. All right, there we go. Okay, so we have our supers to choose from. All right, and somebody besides Meb or Bearded Breaks, give me a number between 1 and 6. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for our Super Jumbo, and then we will get started. Let's see, 21 in the. I know we had like 80 people in the auctions or purchase auctions, so we should have a bunch more joining, I would anticipate. Jeremy picking number 4. See a lot of new names in the break tonight. Lots of excitement for the new product. Who is everybody a fan of, team-wise and player-wise? I'm currently a very confused Met fan about what our path is going into 2026. I don't know what strategy we're going for this year by trading off or not signing multiple assets and not signing anybody at all after not making the playoffs. What's going on, Chris? We have Jeremy, a Reds fan. We always have a bunch of Reds fans. It's funny. Rockies, Reds, M's. But the Bellevue spot, Red Sox fan, watching them also not spend money. Yeah, they're I mean, even the Yankees aren't really spending money so far this offseason. It's been strange. And the Dodgers just keep spending. They already won 2 World Series, but they needed more. Let's see. Yeah, Kilby is definitely somebody that people seem to be interested in this product. I saw one review that had him as the number 1 chase in the product. That seems a bit aggressive to me, honestly, but definitely any Yankee first rounder is always a big chase. Dodgers got Tibbs. Dodgers got Edwin Diaz. Didn't they sign somebody else too? All right. So let me just drop this in one more time, actually. Let me refresh to make sure these spots still haven't been paid for. All right, let's see. Those 3 spots are still not paid for, so let me drop that in one more time before we start ripping, but then we will get going. All right, that was Olivito, who went for 76, open to hearing offers on him. Liam Doyle and Kyson Witherspoon. So these are all the prices that they sold for last night, but I'm open to hearing offers on any of them if anybody's interested. And here we go. Let's get started with one of the hobby boxes. And we'll leave the super for the end. Been a minute since I ripped a super. Somebody, I think it was Darren, told me that the autographs were in the top packs in the box that he opened. We'll see if that stays consistent in the boxes that we're getting here. All right. Like I said, I've been waiting to rip this since it's been sitting here Monday, so I'm excited to get going. I feel like I did some research, listened to some call-up podcasts. I feel like I didn't get as much information as I was able to get last year on the draft class. So I'll have to go back and do a little bit more research on some analysis of right after the draft, but I haven't really seen a ton put out recently. So there's any big names that I'm not sleeving up immediately. You guys let me know in the chat, and I will make sure to get that all sleeved up. $579. All right. And as usual with draft, I'm going to just skim through the papers to make sure there's not any color, because all of the paper cards go to the paper lot, and we're all just going to repeat over and over. So to keep things moving quickly and make sure we get ready for our 10 o'clock break tonight, we're going to to the Chrome immediately in every pack. So we're starting off 2025 Bowman draft with a Briggs McKenzie Braves 4th rounder. We have a Josh Kuroda Grauer back in the product this year, non-first. One of Meb's guys from last year. We have an AJ Russell 2nd rounder. There's James Tibbs in the Dodger uniform. Speaking of, get him in the first pack. Kevin McGonigal, Michael Lombardi, Travis Bazzana, 2nd year. Gavin Killen, prize prospects insert. Our first 2 refractors are Jared Thomas and Tyler Bremer. We'll get sleeves on all of our refractors right off the bat. For those of you guys who are new to my breaks, I try and get all of the big hits sleeved up immediately. But if there's anything I don't sleeve up immediately that you want me to, feel free to mention it in the chat. We have a Devin Taylor starting off pack number 2. Enrique Bradfield Jr., I think now in AAA. Easton Carmichael for the Pirates, 3rd rounder. Walker Jenkins, also in AAA now. Seth Hernandez, one of the big chases of the product. Pico Cone, Yankee pitching prospect. Jordan Yost, Tigers 1st rounder, number 24 overall. We have our first in-action insert. I actually kind of like the looks of these better this year, and they got rid of the hangers, so hopefully we'll have less issues with the hanger being damaged this year. Carson Bench with the in-action. Sean Gamble refractor and Cooper Pratt refractor. Get sleeves on these. Love JT, cheapest. Let's see. Cheapest Bremer refractor you've seen is $50 so far? Really? Maybe I should put that in a top loader then if that's the case. What was Bremer's? Oh, Bremer was the 2nd overall pick. Okay. Yeah, I'd say that's a good refractor to pull then. We should probably get that one in a top loader. Good call on that one. Pudgy money. Seth Hernandez, one of the big chases. We'll get him in a top loader. And Jordan Yost, 1st rounder, 24th overall. We'll get him in a penny sleeve right off the bat. One other thing to mention for the new people in our breaks, we have a Facebook group where we're going to be running, or we already are running, additional team breaks. Cheapest Chrome was $30. Wow. Okay. People are buying into the lore of Paul Skeens, hoping that there could be another big pitcher coming on the horizon from one of these drafts. We have an Ethan Frey, Arun Escobar in his 2nd release, James Ellwanger, Felnian Celestin, Gabe Davis for the White Sox, Josh Hammonds, Matthew Fisher. We have, let's see what this is, Cade Anderson on the draft night insert. Like the looks of these, better this year too. Luke LaCourse and Jacob Morrison on the refractors. Let's see. I guess if there's an auto in each row, if I remember, then there's probably going to be an auto in this pack. I don't see color, so if that's true, we would have a base auto to start off. Let's see if that is the case here. We have a Gavin Killen, 1st rounder, 13th overall. We have a Sean Episcope, 5th rounder for the Brewers. Tate Southesine, I don't think he was a 1st round. Oh, he was a 1st rounder, 22nd overall. Ty Southesine's brother. I was going to say younger, but I guess we don't know that for sure. Corbin Dickerson, Ethan Petrie, Nate George, Joseph Zerwa, JoJo Parker with an Axis insert. Interesting looking card there. Michael Oliveto refractor and Dante Nori refractor. Nori had an unexpectedly good season last year. Killen and Tate Southesine getting some 1st rounders on the board. Let's see. Bremner refractors are 11 on eBay right now, says Meb. Is that some going at auctions now too? No auto yet. Let's see what we have color-wise coming up here. We're going to have our first numbered cards here. We have a Reptilian. Esmer Valdez getting our first Reptilian. Glad they kept the design from last time with the more scaly-looking Reptilian scales. That 106 of 125 there on the Aqua Reptilian. Mitch Voigt, Mets first rounder on the board. Tommy Troy, Patrick Forbes, Gavin Turley, Aaron Watson, Franklin Arias in his second release. Cade Bodine, first rounder for the Orioles, 30th overall. Kane Kepley, second rounder for the Cubs. Brandon Compton and Michael Salina. Refractors on the last two. Let's see. Pudgy says, when I checked day one of stuff releasing 2 days ago was 50. Yeah, probably that initial release day hype coming down a little bit. Especially pre-release day. There was probably even more hype than there normally would be. Let's get the standout so we can anticipate our first autograph and get that ready. Let's see, what pick did the Mets get Void at? That was 38th. That was a supplemental pick. All right, no autos yet, and we're halfway through the box almost. Should have 3 coming out. No color in this one besides maybe a refractor up top. Let's see if that's going to be the auto spot. Looks like both refractors so far, including the autos, are going to be on top. And we have a Josh Owens refractor to 499, so 190 of 499. So interesting that the autos are going to be on top of the chromes this year. This is third round pitching prospect there. Jake Cook, chrome, Luis Pena, Cody Miller, Aiden Miller, Tyson Lewis, Max Bellew, second rounder for Colorado, Jinseng Ko, back for his second release, Jesus Madej prize prospects, Yosua Lugo, and Ben Jacobs refractors. So our first autograph is to 499, and it's Josh Owens. Means I have no idea where the rest of the autographs are going to be in this box based off of the location of that first one. We have something here that's color again. That is another Aqua Reptilian, and this time it's Yoandy Morales, number 80 of 125. Landon Vidoric, Dodgers third rounder. Dakota Jordan back in the product. Ryan Weidman, third rounder, probably the next Padre to get traded at a trade deadline. Esmer Valdez, Dominic Reed, Rock Riggio, Cody Bowker, prize prospects Jojo Parker, Gavin Fine, and Sammy Stafora in his Pirates uniform after he was traded for Ke'Bryan Hayes. First rounder Gavin Fine there on the refractor. Who is the max that we pulled? Kane Knepley, Bowman. Oh, is Max's Williams? Ooh, something there. And double hits? Man, these back papers kind of stick a little bit to the first refractor. And the first refractor is a green Reptilian, Enrique Bradfield Jr., number 96 of 99. Behind that is an X-fractor of Tyler Bremner. Second overall pick, getting a refractor and an X-fractor already. Max Clark, Aaron Walton, Mason Morris, Eduardo Tait in his Twins jersey, traded for Yohan Duran. Leo DeVries, traded for Mason Miller. Lots of movement at the trade deadline. Jake Monroe, fourth rounder. Theo Gielan. Zaire Hope, Axis insert. Matt Barr and Dominic Fritton refractors. So 2 color in that one. Means we better have 2 autos in this last row. Bremer getting 2 hits already. Let's see. Oh, Max Belayu. He's the 3rd, 4th one down on the front left stack. Gotcha. Let's see. Which one is Belayu? Somewhere in there. All right, headed into the final stack of box number 1. We'll see what that is. And no color to start off the chromes in this one. We have a base auto of Aiden West, Dodgers shortstop prospect. 4th rounder getting our 2nd autograph. Xavier Nyans, first pick for Houston. Caleb Wing. There's a JoJo Parker getting some big names on the board now. Aiden West back on the board in base. Cameron Nelson. Kyson Witherspoon on the board. Connor Essenberg, Braves prospect. 5th round outfielder. Kaysen Cunningham. So it wasn't anything colorful, but an Axis insert. J.R. Ritchie, who has been quickly rising the ranks in the Braves organization. Could see the majors this year. Johnny Slowinski refractor as well. Top left. All right. Kyson Witherspoon, JoJo Parker. We'll get a top load on him. Xavier Nyans. 21st overall for Houston. And Aiden West getting our 2nd autograph. So a refractor and a base on the board so far. Let me see your guy over here. Was Bellew. There's Bellew. 2nd rounder, 74th overall, Bellew. Why is he your guy, Pudgy? We'll get your guy sleeved for you. In that draft class with Jackson Holiday. No color in the paper so far. We have a Kaysen Cunningham. 1st round, 18th overall for Mebs D-backs. Josiah Hartshorn. Steele Hall, one of the big chases of the product. CJ Gray, Dean Livingston, Teron Lorenzo, Dean Moss. A Mitch Voigt prize prospects insert. Kate Anderson getting a refractor, and Tyler Sikura's first ever Bowman base card. He was an auto only in his, I believe, Bowman Chrome release. Never seen a base card of Sikora. Nice pitching prospect for the Nats. Hall and Cunningham on the board. Let's see. I was there for his first game in Spokane. He was a teammate with Jared Thomas. JT gave the nod to the Rockies to pursue him, and he signed a bat for you the day he got his 2nd home run in Spokane. Nice. Pudgy, I'm a lifelong die-hard Gonzaga fan, so I'll support guys that come out of Spokane. No color, it looks like here. We have another base auto. So there's our 3rd autograph. Nice signature there. Landon Vidro. So we got Vidoric, not Vidro. Landon Vidoric. Dodgers 3rd rounder. So 2 base autos of Dodgers prospects. Ryan Mitchell getting chrome. Caleb Bonemer. Murph Gray. 2nd rounder. Eduardo Quintero. Josue Briseño. Malachi Witherspoon. There he is. Speaking of JT, Jared Thomas on the board. Draft night of Case and Cunningham, Sean Youngerman, and Briggs McKenzie refractors. I was about to say finish off the first box, but we have one more pack left. He and Jared Thomas are top 10 Rockies prospects. You also have an Instagram dedicated to getting their cards signed in person. That's fun. So we'll put our two Dodgers base autos next to each other. Base, and refractor in box number 1. Hopefully only headed up from there. There's our finally a color paper card. And it is Miguel Sime Jr. Is he the guy that was throwing over 100 miles an hour already? 4th rounder for the Nationals. Trevor Cohen. Carson Bench. Maybe we'll see him in the majors this year. J.D. Thompson. 2nd rounder for the Brewers. Brian Curley. Brandon Compton. 2nd rounder for the Marlins. I don't believe Avia Arquette's in this product, right? J.R. Ritchie. Sean Gamble, 1st rounder, 23rd overall. Jesus Medei Axis. Cade Obermuller and Josh Kuroda Grauer getting refractors now to finish off box number 1. What's the best card you guys have seen pulled so far, Meb? Was it the Superfractor for you? All right, we're gonna go hobby box number 2, and we'll save the 5 autos for the end. So based off of that first box, I have no idea where the autos are going to be in these boxes. There's empty box number 2. So we will keep guessing until we see some kind of a pattern. See if there is any kind of a pattern to where these autographs are going to appear. We had middle, left stack this time. We have a yellow reptilian to start off box number 2. Spencer Jones looking enormous in this picture. 6'7", 240. I guess he is enormous. Yellow Michael Lombardi. Yellow reptilian. That is KC's 2nd rounder, 61st overall. Xavier Nyans back on the board. Caleb Wing. JoJo Parker, seeing some of the same names already. Aiden West. Jackson Wiggins. Chase Shores, that's a new one, I think. 2nd rounder for the Angels. Cam Caminiti, another nice Braves pitching prospect. Cade Anderson on the board again. Prize prospects, Josh Hammond and Murph Gray refractors. First rounder, Josh Hammond. Some Lombardi yellow, our low numbered hit of this break so far, numbered to 75 there. And we have a tied Ole Miss versus Georgia game in the background. Get JoJo Parker the sleeve. And let's keep things moving. Let's see. Probably the super for Meb. Best card that he saw pulled. Saw a black number to 10 college variation Arkansas Razorbacks card. I don't know who that would be either. And sounds like we'll have overtime in the SEC in Georgia tonight. Gavin Killen back on the board. Sean Episcope. Tate South the Scene back on the board. Corbin Dickerson. Cade Obermuller. Charlie Condon. Mason Neville. In action, we have Jesus Medei on the insert. Nate George refractor and Carson Benj refractor. A couple of first rounders in the second pack there. A couple of first rounders in the first pack. Let's see. Chase Shores, can't wait to see in Spokane on the Dust Devils. Is that the high school team in Spokane that you're talking about? He was an LSU teammate with Griff Herring. Griffin Herring. We have gold paper coming up here. So that'll be our new low numbered card. And it's a gold color match for the Brewers. Cooper Pratt, 36 of 50 on the paper. Jake Cook, Luis Pena, Cody Miller, Aiden Miller, Yolfran Castillo back in, Caden Kent, Johnny Lavelle, Seth Hernandez on the draft night, and refractors of Joseph Zerwa and Brian Curley. Curley, third rounder, and Zerwa, second rounder. Cooper Pratt, ex-first rounder for the Brewers. Oh, Spokane's the minor league affiliate, right? I probably should have known that. And we got a siren going off in the back. Let's see what we'll get. And Landon Vidot starts Vidoric. I don't know why I keep saying that wrong. With the Chrome, Dakota Jordan, Ryan Weidman, Esperin Valdez, Titan Gray, third rounder for the Rays, Jacob Reimer back in the product, Landon Harmon, third rounder for the Nats, Walker Jenkins, Axis insert, Tyson Lewis, and Spencer Jones refractors. Spokane Indians Rockies affiliate. Almost got 200 signatures last season in person at those games. It definitely seems like that is a good way to get that done. We have a yellow coming up here. Could that be our low numbered auto, or is it going to be, nope, just a refractor? Dante Nori, numbered to 75 there. 37 of 75 for Nori. Devin Taylor, second rounder for the A's. Enrique Bradfield Jr., Easton Campbell, Walker Jenkins. There's Michael Olivito on the board for the first time. First rounder for Detroit. Yosua Lugo, Gavin Fine, Ike Irish on the board for the first time. Those always seeming to be similar looking first round picks for the Brewers, if anybody's seen those memes. Matthew Fisher and Eduardo Quintero refractors. They seem to draft a lot of very similar looking players between Holiday, Adley, Gunner, Ike Irish. Can't think of who else I'm missing in that lineage. Tri-City Dust Devils are the Angels. All right, there's Fisher and the sky blue refractor of first rounder Ike Irish. Nice hit there. We'll get that one on a stand. And before these paper piles get too big, I'm going to shift this over to the side. Gonna see how possible it is for me to chase Voit in this product. I'm actually gonna meet Mitch Voit Saturday, so I am. I've never not posted a player from a checklist, but because I'm meeting him on Saturday, I did not post Mitch Voit for the second break for tonight. So whatever cards I pull of him tonight, I'm gonna go get signed in person on Saturday. Joseph Zerwa with the laziest autograph in the product, hopefully. I don't even know if that's supposed to say D and J and D, but that's a second round auto for the Orioles. Aaron Walston, second rounder for the Guardians. Max Clark, Mason Morris, Eduardo Tait, Jesus Madej, Justin Lampkin, Yandel Ricardo, Bazana Prize Prospects. There's a Bellevue refractor for you, Pudgy, and Antonio Jimenez, Mets prospect there. Not first rounder, third rounder. And Zerwa is our fourth autograph so far. 3 base and a refractor to $4.99. Can only go down from there. That is a gross auto, Pudgy. Love to hit a number to 150 Bellevue. Well, we're heading in the right direction now. Seems like all the color comes in the left side of these boxes. So for anybody going and buying out of boxes and LCSs, try to get to the left side of hobby boxes if this continues. And JJ Weatherholt getting a blue refractor 140 of 150. Kason Cunningham, Josh Hartshorn. I'm going to get that down eventually. Steele Hall, CJ Gray, Nate Sneed, Ryan Sloan back in the product after his great first year as a pro. Colin Yeeman, Jamie Arnold, prize prospect, Chinseng Ko, and Yoswar Gonzalez, a.k.a. Yoswar de Jesus. We'll see if they ever make that change on a Bowman card. Heard him referred to more as Yoswar de Jesus outside of Bowman so far. So Weatherholt getting blue. I think the best Weatherholt auto I ever pulled was a Weatherholt blue. We've seen about 5 Dan Marinos pulled. Not sure if that's an easier hit. We saw one get pulled in one of Brian's breaks. Oh, that's probably the one you're talking about, Meb. Or one of the ones you're talking about. We have an X-Fractor here of Marcus Phillips, Boston pitching prospect, who continues to get more and more blocked with the signing of Ranger Suarez today by Boston. Ryan Mitchell, Caleb Bonemer, Murph Gray, Eduardo Quintero, Carlos Lagrange back in the product, Billy Carlson on the board for the first time, and Tim Piacentin. Cade Bodine, Axis, Dominic Reed, and Miguel Cime Jr. Tried to get Janssen Louise. Got 6 of Slade Caldwell. I think maybe more. Just missed Jonah Cox, 2. Mostly targeted the Mariners and Rockies. Got Laz to sign for. Wow. Do you sell any of these, or you keep them all for the PC? All right, we should have 2 more autographs in the left column again. Let's get some color on one of these autographs. We have teal, which I feel like teal waves are usually autos. And it is once again, and it's Jake Cook. Numbered 11 of 199 for the 3rd round outfielder. Ethan Frey, Arun Escobar, James Ellwanger, Felnian Celestin, Matt Barr. There's Kate Anderson in Chrome, Sean Youngerman, Axis Arjun Namala, Ethan Petrie, and Trevor Cohen. And Jake Cook, our lowest number auto so far, to 199. Let's take down the, let's see, Aiden West, I believe, was the higher round draft pick. So we'll take down the Aiden West. Yeah, what was that situation about, Meb? How did they pull that trade off? And how is nobody else in that market if that was all that the Cardinals were looking for Nolan Arenado? I saw that trade today, and I was just like dumbfounded about what that was about. They gave up basically nothing, and they're not paying the contract. Trevor Cohen, that's crazier than the Carlos Correa deal, which I already thought was crazy. Carson Benj, Brian Curley, Spencer Jones, Ike Irish back on the board in base chrome, Cameron Maldonado, Dax Kilby on the board for the first time. There's your guy, Chris. Ike Irish prize prospects, Rock Riggio and Sebastian Walcott refractors. Let's see, when in the round was he picked? 39th overall, so supplemental pick at that for the Yankees. And Ike Irish, 19th overall. Let's see. Only one you have listed is a numbered 101 Bowman draft tie. Pete, that you got signed? That's quite a card. Bowman, blue Bowman draft. What does 1 of 1 blue Bowman draft mean? And what do we have here? Some kind of green card that might be in the auto spot. Let's go right to it. It's upside down. It's Gavin. What is this? Top certified autograph issue. Green. Gavin Killen sticker auto. Achromatic autographs. Okay, so that's interesting. That's a fun one. Wish it wasn't a sticker, but really nice looking card there of Gavin Killen. We're gonna take the Vidoric down, whose name I still can't pronounce, and we'll put that Gavin Klein first rounder number to 99 auto there. Is there a printing plate in there, or was it just that looked like it could have been a printing plate? Antonio Jimenez. Blue printing plate. I gotcha. Antonio Jimenez, Yosuar Gonzalez de Jesus, Miguel Sime Jr., Sebastian Walcott, Ryan Waldschmidt, Kane Kepley, Braden Montgomery, Ike Irish Draft Night, Cody Bowker, and Mason Peters refractors. That looks weird, right? That's a new card. There was something that kind of looked like that in Topps Chrome this year. I wonder if it was the same idea that we're going for there. So it looks like all the autos are in the left and a lot of the color to the left. Green paper coming in the last pack again. And this one is Ethan Petrie, green paper to 99. Mason Peters, Yoandy Morales, JT Quinn, Walker Yannick, Ethan Hedges, Thomas White, and Tommy White are in this product. Jake Gurovich, third rounder. Ike Irish Axis, Leo DeVries, and Yoandy Morales Chromes finish out the hobby boxes. And we will head to a jumbo now. Let's get a couple of these piles shifted over so we have plenty of space for all of the cards that are going to come out of this jumbo. The tie plate. That's a really cool card to get autographed, honestly. I like that. Jiffa is on Ole Miss now. Interesting. All right, let's see. Hopefully I didn't miss any messages. I was trying to pay attention, but rip at the same time. Let's see. Arenado to Arizona. Being in Arizona is just going to remind Rockies fans about how they screwed things up in the first place. That's actually pretty funny, especially because Meb is a Rockies fan and D-backs fan. Ethan Hedges was not good to Spokane last year. Sounds good for Ethan Hedges. All right, we have our first Super Jumbo open. Ooh, interesting looking packs this year. White with just a little printed in the front. I feel like that's different than it usually was. There's 3 packs. There's 4 packs. Ooh, and instead of using the foam that they usually use, they put a little paper thing in this year. A little innovation there by Topps. Probably saving the material cost. Probably better for recycling too. All right, let's see. So according to Darren, top half packs are where the autos are. So let's start on the bottom and see if we could save the auto for the second half of the pack. All right, getting started with these big 120 card super packs. You have a blue right off of the bat. That is not an auto. It is Josh Hammond on a blue color match. Royals shortstop, first rounder, 28th overall. Getting the color match there. Arjun Namala Axis insert. Spencer Jones back on the board. Antonio Jimenez, same. Yosuar Gonzalez. Miguel Sime. Sebastian Walcott. Mason Peters. Yoandy Morales. JT Quinn. Walker Yannick. Billy Carlson. Tim PS. I'm never going to be able to do this. Piacenton. We're going to work on that. Ike Irish, Cameron Maldonado, Dax Kilby, bunch of really nice hits there. Ryan Waldschmidt, Kane Kepley, Braden Montgomery. Refractors, we have Joshua Flores, Johnny Farmello, Mason McConaughey, and Arjun Amala. Got it signed with a blue pen, too. Also got a sapphire signed and a number to 150 true blue signed. All of that was for Ty Pete. He was a bit stingy on signing, even though you gave him his favorite snacks. How'd you know his favorite snacks? That's really funny. Dax Kilby. Ike Irish. Billy Carlson. Second time for a lot of these guys, seeing a bunch of repeats in the names in all three boxes. So hopefully this super, we get to see some of the names we haven't hit yet. There's Josh Hammond on the color match blue. We'll get that one up into the background as well. Let's slide some stuff over so we can get that up. I'm going to put the Bremner down to the side, and we'll get that Hammond up on the main stand. All right, let's see our first autograph. Of the super. And what was that? Seventh autograph of the break? Let's see. If it's still in the front like it is in the hobbies, usually they're somewhere more towards the back in the jumbos with the refractors. And let's see. We have a Jamie Arnold draft night. We have a Dax Kilby prize prospects, CJ Gray, Ryan Mitchell, a bunch of names we've been saying every box so far. Caleb Bonemer, Murph Gray, Eduardo Quintero, Trevor Cohen, Carson Benj, Ryan Curley again, Landon Harmon, Jesus Madej, Justin Lampkin, Yandel Ricardo, Nate Snead, Ryan Sloan, Colin Yeeman, Carlos Legrande, and there's a first-round autograph. Tate Southesine. Meb, did you chase him in this one? Walker Yannick refractor. J.D. Thompson, Alfredo Duno, and J.B. Middleton. Tate Southesine getting the first auto of the super. Base auto for the first rounder, maybe the best auto we've pulled so far. We're going to take the Josh Owen down, and we'll put that one up there on the stand. Let's see. Even when I gave him the snacks, he said, "How did you know?" That's hilarious. I was like, "You released a damn YouTube video. What do you mean? That's really funny, Pudgy." It's going a bit high right now, Southesine. Well, congrats whoever had him. We're getting the auto. We'll keep going bottom packs first. We will save a couple of top packs for the end. So we do a couple of auto packs in a row to finish things off. All right. Some color coming up here. Looks like maybe some kind of mini diamond behind the Gavin Fine draft night. It is a mini diamond of Arjun Namala, numbered 83 of 150 on the axis. Axis of Walker Jenkins behind that. Jamie Arnold getting on the board for the first time. Christian Fauch. Liam Doyle getting on the board for the first time. Peter Cuso. See if he can do as well as some of the recent Met pitchers in this product. We have Max Williams, Andrew Salas, Anthony Ianson. There's Elian Pena, kind of looking similar to the card that he had in draft, I feel like. Cameron Miller. We have a Kyle Lodise. Mike Sirota in his Dodgers uniform. Dean Curley. Kevin McGonigal. Michael Lombardi. Travis Bazzana. Aaron Watson. Franklin Arias. Refractors of Quentin Young. Jackson Wiggins. Chase Shores and Cam Caminiti. Auto looks like Griffin Herring's almost identical. That's Tate Southesine. I don't know if that's a compliment. That is an interesting looking autograph there by Tate Southesine. So Doyle and first rounder Jamie Arnold, 11th overall for the A's. And Ole Miss beats Georgia in Georgia. And let's see our second autograph here. I already forgot where I said it was going to be. So let's skim through. We have a Kevin McGonigal, Prize Prospects. We have an Eduardo Quintero, Sky Blue Paper. J.D. Thompson, Alfredo Duno, J.B. Middleton, Shotaro Mori, Riley Quick, Slade Caldwell, Bradley Ebel. I almost wanted to say Bradley Beal when I read that. First rounder, 32 overall. Adonis Guzman, Ethan Hedges, Thomas White, Jack Gurevich, third rounder. George Lombard Jr. Oh, where's Brian? We got Virginia Tech on in the background now. Nolan Schubart, third rounder. Cash Mayfield. Gustavo Melendez, fourth rounder. Malcolm Moore. We have another Braves base auto, Connor Essenberg. Shotaro Mori refractor, Riley Quick, Slade Caldwell, and Bradley Ebel. So repeats of those guys in base and refractors. And two Braves prospects starting off the super with base autos. Let's hope for three more colors after this one. That was fifth rounder there. Essenberg, Eduardo Quintero, getting the sky blue paper to $4.99. And Bradley Ebel, first rounder, getting a couple of hits in that pack. Let's see. Yes, it is. Looks much like Griffin's. Got him to sign a good amount this year. Traded a 1-of-1 black printing plate with him for some stuff. That's fun. I really like that use of printing plates. Bradley Ebel's dad, Dino, coached SLC's AAA team for years. Current Dodgers third base coach. Who's SLC? We have a purple coming up in chrome. It is Titan Gray. Maybe one of my favorite names in this product. Third rounder. Jesus Medei Axis, Ryan Weidman, Esman Valdez, Aaron Walton, Max Clark, Mason Morris, Eduardo Tait, Kason Cunningham, Josiah Hartshorn, Steele Hall back on the board in every box, Cade Obermuller, Charlie Condon, Mason Neville, Yolfran Castillo, Caden Kent, Johnny Lavelle, Titan Gray back on the board there, Jacob Reimer, Griffin Hugas. Am I pronouncing that right? Bryce Cunningham, Landon Hodge, and Rainiel Rodriguez. How tall is Rainiel Rodriguez? 5'10". He's a little guy for all that power that he has in single A right now. Steele Hall, Kason Cunningham, and Titan Gray on the purple, numbered 100 of 250. Salt Lake City. Love the printing plates. The only 1-of-1 I ever pulled was as a kid. You got a Joe Horn black printing. I don't even remember who Joe Horn is. Is Joe Horn a baseball player? All right, let's see auto number 3, and let's get some color. Yeah, I've always been more of a fan than most people are of printing plates. We have a Seth Hernandez in action. Billy Carlson, prize prospects, Tate Southesine Chrome, Corbin Dickerson Chrome, Jay Cook, Luis Pena, Cody Miller, Aiden Miller, Landon Vidoric, finally got it, Dakota Jordan, Chase Shores, Cam Caminiti, Michael Olivito, Yosua Lugo, Gavin Fine, bunch of first rounders, Matt Barr, Kate Anderson, Sean Youngerman, and a refractor to 499 of Dean Livingston. That is fourth round pitching prospect Dean Livingston for the D-backs. Sebastian Walcott refractor, Mason Peters, Yoani Morales, and JT Quinn. Football. Oh, Joe Horn, the Saints player and Panther. Was Joe Horn a Saint? Wasn't there something weird about Joe Horn? Like some random fun Joe Horn fact after he retired? Gavin Fine, Olivito, and Tate Southesine. On Blez, someone said that Willett's super was pulled. Yep, by Filth Bomb. That is correct. We were having that conversation before of if Filth Bomb gets loaded boxes or if they're just ripping so much that they seem like they pull all these big hits. We have a Carlos Legrande X-Fractor. We have Cash Mayfield on the Aqua Wave number to 125. Cade Bodine Axis. Kalen Culpepper. Cooper Fleming. Apparently, they also pulled the Jackson Holiday Superfractor. Back in the day, Jefferson Rojas. Zach Root, Dodgers first rounder, 40th overall. JD Dix. Marcus Phillips. Matthew Miura, 6th rounder. Ethan Conrad, first rounder, 17th overall for the Cubs. Ty Harvey, 5th rounder for the Padres. Josh Hammond back on the board to go with his blue color match. Matthew Fisher, 7th rounder. Ethan Petrie, Nate George, Joseph Zerwa with the bad autograph back on the board. Tyson Lewis, Max Bellew back on the board for Pudgy. Chinseng Ko, refractors. We have Michael Olivito, Yosua Lugo, Gavin Fine, couple of nice refractors now. Matthew Barr, couple first rounders there with Fine and Olivito. What can we comp the Willets off of? Who was a similar type of prospect recently that was a first overall? I don't know if there is one. Maybe. Wait, was Bazzana first overall? No. Who was first pick in the draft last year? Was it Bazzana? All right, autograph number 4 of the Super. It was Bazzana, right? Ooh, looks like could have yellow or gold, or it looks like that might have been multicolor. Thought I saw like chrome in the top corner. Let's see what that is. Gavin Fine on the inaction. Charlie Condon prize prospects. Connor Griffin on the board in chrome. Riley Kelly, JJ Weatherholtz, Cade Crossland, Luke Dickerson, Nolan Sailors, love that name. Brody Brecht, Josh Owens, Cade Bodine in chrome. Cameron Nelson, Kyson Witherspoon, Connor Essenberg, Seth Hernandez chrome, Pico Cone, Jordan Yost, Gabe Davis. Ooh. Okay, so these seem to be coming out. Bryce Rayner, gold on the achromatic autograph cards. Wonder if we're going to keep hitting these at this frequency. I don't think it's that big a checklist, the Achromatic auto checklist, but gold Bryce Rayner auto there. Adonis Guzman refractor, Jamie Arnold refractor, Christian Fauch, and Liam Doyle refractor. So some nice ones there. Really nice pack there, including the gold auto of big-time Detroit prospect Bryce Rayner. That is a beauty of a Bryce card. Let's get that one up in the middle. So the two low-numbered autos so far are both Achromatic autos. New in the product, and we're hitting them a bunch in break number 1. Let's see. Never forget selling your Reggie Willits card in 2007 for like 15 each. '30th pick, probably the rookie of the year pick there for the Orioles. Liam Doyle refractor, Jamie Arnold refractor, and Adonis Guzman. We'll get those low numbered picks in top loaders. What's going on with this top loader? There we go. And final pack of break number 1. Can we get one more big auto? We got a first rounder. We got a couple of nice low numbers there with the Achromatics. Can we get a low number first? There's an Irish. Draft night, we have Josh Hammond getting a second hit with the Speckle. Zaire Hope Axis. Titan Gray getting a second hit with his Sky Blue Paper. Enrique Bradfield Jr., Easton Carmichael, Walker Jenkins, Ethan Frey, Arun Escobar, James Elwanger, Felny and Celestin, Gavin Killen, back on the board, Sean Episcope, Landon Hodge, Rainiel Rodriguez, Joshua Flores, Johnny Farmello, Mason McConaughey, Arjun Namala, Quentin Young, Jackson Wiggins, refractors of Nick Becker, Hagen Smith, Tanner Franklin, and Blake Mitchell. Let's get you one more Blyu in this last half a pack. Titan Gray and Josh Hammond. And last half a pack. There go my top loaders. Ooh, they stayed in the box. It's a miracle. Top loaders fell off the table and stayed inside the box. All right, let's see what we get in the last one. Oh, it looks like it might be a base auto. And no color in the front. So let's hope for a big name. Brady Ebel, Tommy Troy, Patrick Forbes, Gavin Turley, Xavier Nines, Caleb Wing, JoJo Parker, Aiden West, Devin Taylor, Charles Davelin, first rounder for 41st overall for the Dodgers. There's Tommy White. We pulled the Thomas White already. Nick Becker, Hagen Smith, Tanner Franklin, Blake Mitchell, Griffin Hugas, Bryce Cunningham, and the last auto is base, and it is Jake Cook again. So double Jake Cook autos in this one, base and aqua. Spencer Jones refractor, Antonio Jimenez refractor, Yoswar Gonzalez, and Miguel Cime Jr. finishes the break off. All right, let me sleeve these up, and then we're going to recap the hits from this one. And first night of Bowman draft last year, we hit a Travis Bazzana. I think it was orange numbered 1/25 auto. Let's see if that if we can repeat that in break number 2 after a few nice hits in break number 1, but nothing that size for sure. right, for anybody signing off, thanks for joining us for the first one. We will be back on in 15 minutes about for break number 2 of the night. But let's first recap the hits from this one. So, Chrome, we had JoJo Parker on the board 3 times. 3 JoJo Parker base. Seth Hernandez on the board twice in base Chrome. Kate Anderson on the board twice in base Chrome. Steel Hall. I think I might not have sleeved another one of those up, but I think we had at least one more Steel Hall. Liam Doyle Chrome. Billy Carlson. I think we also had a second of him. And 2 Dax Kilbys. Then going over to the other showcase hits, we had Jake Cook on the base auto, Josh Hammond Speckle, Titan Gray Sky Blue Paper, Jamie Arnold Refractor, Liam Doyle Refractor, Carlos Lagrange X-Fractor, Cash Mayfield Aqua Wave, Dean Livingston to 499 auto, Titan Gray Purple, Eduardo Quintero Sky Blue, Connor Essenberg base auto, Josh Owens Refractor, Ethan Petrie Green Paper, Landed Vidoric and Aiden West based autos, Marcus Phillips X-Fractor, JJ Weatherholt Blue, Joseph Zerwa base auto on the ugly signature, Dante Nori Yellow, Cooper Pratt Gold Paper, Michael Lombardi Yellow Reptilian, Miguel Cime Jr., Sky Blue Paper, Kate Anderson Refractor, Enrique Bradfield Jr., Green Reptilian, and Aqua Reptilians of Esmeralda Valdez and Yoandi Morales, Kane Kepley Sky Blue Chrome, Tyler Bremer Refractor. Then going to the back, we'll start with the Tyler Bremer X-Fractor. Then we'll go Ike Irish Sky Blue, Josh Hammond Color Match Blue, Jake Cook Aqua Wave Auto to 199, Tate Southacene base auto, and the 2 big color hits, Bryce Rayner and Gavin Killen, green achromatic autograph to 99 for Killen, and gold number 10 of 50 achromatic autograph of Bryce Rayner. All right, everybody, not much Turley tonight so far. Have him in AMT's 10 caser. Whoa, I never get in that thing. I really should one of these days. See you in 15, guys. We will be back with break number 2 at 10 o'clock. Thanks everybody who joined 1 and won't be back in 2. We'll catch you guys. We'll catch everyone else shortly.